All right, welcome everyone to the Buck and Brock Show, episode 3. I'm Brock.
I'm Buck.
Let's dive in.
Yeah, let's dive in. We're gonna talk about a wide range, not really a wide range. But we're gonna talk about
The
one thing for
Showtime
sure to start
Lakers.
off. Let's start off with the greatest basketball player of all time, in my opinion.
Arguably, LeBron James.
Yeah, maybe arguably, maybe not. Anymore.
He had a great debut.
He did have a great debut. 26 points, 12 rebounds with the Showtime Lakers. But the thing is, they still lost.
Are they lacking something? What are they lacking?
I think they're 0 for 15 from the 3-point line.
Were they really?
Yeah, you kind of need.
I feel like they don't really have a lot of 3-point shooters.
No, they don't. They really
I
don't.
mean, LeBron is, when he gets hot, he can make a few.
LeBron can do whatever he wants.
It's like,
But, like,
I don't really think Lonzo's that good of a shooter.
If you look at their starting lineup, Rondo can't hit
Can't
water with a rock. you have KCP. I mean, he's all right. He's not a bad shooter. He can hold his own. Brandon Ingram's never really been known for shooting. I mean,
I feel like
he
he
shot
has
a little bit.
I feel like he
but
has more of like that mid-range game. Like
He's like
that pull-up game, but
he's like, I don't know. I've seen some weird comparisons. Somebody said he was a skinnier Wilson Chandler, and I laughed. But at the same time, they also said he could be a Kevin Durant. His
I think he
potential
has-
just
I think-
vastly is very
I think
wide.
he could go into the elite players in like a couple years, but I still think
He is young.
he's young.
Still super young.
And he's long enough where he can kind of create his own shot, like a Kevin Durant, because you can't block Kevin Durant's shot.
No, you can't. He's like a 7-foot guard.
Right, and shoots
He just makes
great.
it with it. Yeah, it just. I don't know. All these hype going on with the Lakers. I don't think.
I think they're in the top 5 in the West.
That's still arguably so because you have what Golden State for sure, right?
Golden State, Houston for sure.
Utah's
I
probably
think.
ahead of them.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think the Jazz are gonna.
I think Jazz might be a 3 seed. And then, are you taking the Thunder or the Lakers?
I think the Thunder are gonna finish better than the Lakers.
I think so too. I honestly think the Jazz are gonna do better than the Lakers.
I do too.
I'm a big fan of Nikola Jokic. Huge fan.
Yeah.
Very. He's not underrated. Everybody's starting to notice him now, but he's definitely top 5 NBA center in the league.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know. I just like, what's your realistic? I just want to know what's your realistic prediction for the Lakers?
For the Lakers, 50 wins, 53.
50 wins, 50 to 53 range.
50 to 53.
I think I'm going 48 and they're 6th seed in the West, and they lose the first round to Utah.
I think if they get in, they're getting past the first round.
Think so?
Yeah.
No matter who they're playing, unless it's the Warriors. Of
Unless
course.
it's the Warriors,
But
obviously.
they have to be an 8th seed. I think they're better than 17.
They're way, but yeah.
But that's yeah, they're.
I think again the West stacks up so much better than the East. In the East, you have Philadelphia, Toronto, and Boston. Really, pretty much.
Milwaukee could be if Giannis is Giannis.
They don't
if he
have.
takes
They
the
don't
next
have enough
step.
scores. I don't. I mean,
From the
they,
Bucks. I mean, they have
I mean,
Giannis
I
can
like
do
the
anything
kid-
he wants on the court. Chris Middleton's not bad.
not bad. I like the kid they drafted from Villanova. The
Yeah.
shooter. He's like
Dante.
this. I don't know.
DiVincenzo.
Yeah,
there you go,
Thank you,
yeah.
Swing Dog. Yeah. He was good.
That guy can jump. Have you seen his vertical?
Yeah.
Oh
I'm
my
not gonna
God.
lie. Usually, if you're white with a flat top, you're getting up there.
Or you're-
You're getting up there. That's just how it is, and he
I
definitely
guess so.
does. Yeah, but just back to the Lakers real quick. I'm just watching. I know it's the first night of the season, but I was
Yeah.
looking at like preseason stats as well. They just can't hit an outside shot to save their life. Like,
I honestly don't think. I mean, now with LeBron, I feel like if they get out in space and run in transition, they're a better team of playing like that.
yeah, I think.
But then
so,
again,
too.
when they get into the half court, your offense has to run around LeBron James.
Yeah, I agree
So
with that.
I don't know where they're gonna get their offense. Whether if it's they slow it down, play half court style, or they try to run.
I think they're gonna just have to run. That's the
If
only
you
way.
run-
Let those young guys just go off because
If you try to run against the Warriors, you're gonna lose every time.
that's what I'm saying. Like when it comes like to the Lakers against like say just stack, we're going to go with the Warriors because like they're like
Yeah.
of course the pedestal of basketball
Yeah.
right now. The Lakers will put up 3 shots, 3 contested layups, and hopefully make them.
Right.
And the Warriors can come down and make it on 2 shots, but
Yeah,
with ease.
and the problem with the
Because their
Warriors,
offense is so beautiful, their chemistry, and just how they're so non-selfish. I'm not saying the Lakers aren't.
no, but the Warriors pass the ball to the open guy, and they don't care who it is because they can all shoot.
Exactly.
It's like,
Draymond Green's gonna be their worst shooter this year.
and he's
Their center's still Boogie, who shoots 35% from 3.
I can't-
KD,
yeah.
Steph, Clay. You have 2 of the arguably top 5 greatest shooters of all time. And Steph's probably the greatest shooter of all time.
yeah.
And then you still have KD, who's probably arguably the greatest scorer
Scorer.
altogether
Yeah.
scorer of all time.
I just feel like if you play the Warriors, you take a three, it's a brick. They're one pass, they're in transition already, and they don't like. When you're taught to run in transition, like go towards the basket.
No, they go
towards the 3-point line, and that's a layup. For them.
I just.
So I don't know.
I think the Lakers. I'm a huge LeBron fan. Absolutely.
I
One of the biggest
don't.
LeBron fans.
I like watching LeBron.
I just don't see a way.
That they get past.
I just look at their lineup and just like, they have young guys that can definitely go and be something.
Lonzo's going to have to make that next step.
They're all going to have to. I mean, Josh Hart put up 20. That was good for him last night.
Josh Hart, but you drafted Lonzo number 2 to like, all right, not a great rookie year. Now he needs to step up with LeBron. LeBron should make him better.
LeBron makes everybody better around him, period. But I just don't see them getting past the first round if they can't make a three. I know it's LeBron, but it's also not the East no more. You're not playing friggin' slaps. You're not playing gumps the whole time. And stuff like that. Sweeney, what's your prediction?
Yeah.
What are you going with the Lakers this year?
The Lakers for me, it's pretty similar to what you guys are saying, but I actually think they're still going to push really far into the playoffs.
Really,
I think
Western Conference Finals if they don't play the Warriors until then.
Either Western Conference Finals or the round right before that, they'll get knocked out. I think they're still going to go deep into the playoffs. LeBron James just.
What do you think where they're going to be seeded this year?
Seeded probably 4 or 5 in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think that's what everybody's realistic prediction. Of them is right now. I just don't see how they win a 7-game series when they're shooting how they shoot. Like, yes, I know it's the first game, like, get the jitters out or whatever, but at the same time, it wasn't like they going into the year, you're like, oh, this guy can just come off the bench. They don't have that J.J. Redick that's going to come off the bench and just shoot threes.
No.
They don't have any like that. Like, the Celtics have the exact same thing as the Warriors. They have just people all around now who can shoot. A lot of the good teams in the NBA have those guys that can just come off the bench and shoot.
Right.
The Lakers have a lot of energy guys and a lot of guys that can get their own baskets, as in, like, Lance. Beasley can come off the bench. Even Kuzma can come off the bench and score. But at the same time, you're making 3 shots. You're doing 3 contested shots compared to the Warriors' 2 3-pointers.
Right.
Or the Rockets' 2 3-pointers.
Yeah.
It's a 3-point driven league now. It's just like in NFL. It's a pass driven league. You're not gonna like to go with the Giants. You think in drafting Saquon Barkley's gonna change your whole franchise around? Obviously, that's not the.
Well, you don't have a good quarterback anymore.
Yeah, that and you don't have the offensive line. You don't have the defense. Like as much as like the are skilled guys.
Yeah.
Like Stevenson or like a Barkley in like the NFL, like they're not going to change the franchise around.
I agree.
They're not going to help you as much.
Yeah.
I just want to bring up one name for the Lakers that kind of is intriguing for me. It's Svi Mikhailuk. He's a rookie out of Kansas.
Yeah.
Yes.
Second rounder, but that guy has some pretty good skill. I think at some point this season he's going to get a bigger role in their offense.
Yeah.
That guy can come off the bench and he can shoot.
Yeah, he's supposed to
I was
shoot.
going to say, yeah.
But the thing is like, even with him, I know it's NBA preseason, but the guy shot like under 25% from 3. When I watched him, because I went to LeBron's first preseason game, and he just looked like he just was like a kid out there. It seemed like he just grabbing the ball, shooting. Like I understand, like that's your role, but at the same time, like that NBA right now, because his athletic limitations, is the reason why he went so far in the draft. He just didn't look like he didn't deserve to be out there.
No.
And even like he just, I don't know. I hope so. Like I'm rooting for the Lakers. I'm rooting for LeBron.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I just don't see them being as much what these experts think. Like it's hard to bet against LeBron. But it's even harder to bet against the Warriors.
I just think it's funny when LeBron with Cleveland, he has Kevin Love around him. He has some skilled players. They just signed Lance to like a 4-year, $40 million deal.
Lance was only a 1-year deal, dude.
I thought Larry Nance got a 4-year deal.
Oh, Larry Nance. I thought I heard Lance for some shit.
No, Larry Nance got like a 4-year deal, right?
Yeah.
And then I know the move to LA is like a big move, obviously, because LeBron's going to LA, but he came there because they have Ingram and Lonzo. I mean, he left to all-star power forward.
I think he left LA knowing that in 2019 they were getting something else.
Oh, yeah.
Or leave to LeBron. I think they left to LA saying there's Kawhi Leonard, Jimmy Butler, and Anthony Davis. They
have to get somebody with them because I just don't think.
I think if they sign Anthony Davis, there's no chance in any team can beat him.
We'll have to see when.
Because you're going out there and just.
I don't know. Yeah. It's a big move, but we'll see how it works out. Well, we'll go into
The college debacle
yeah.
that's going on in sports right now. It's not really debacle, but it's just something that's been talked about for years.
It should really go back to what
And-
it was.
Well, yeah, and let's go, like, all in general, like, the NCAA. I think, in my personal opinion, NCAA is one of the worst organizations, worst thing there is in sports.
I think
Based on how they use the players and all this stuff. Like, going back, like, a big thing right now is what's going on with Nick Bosa. Nick Bosa is, not undoubtedly, but
He's
if
probably gonna be
if you get 10 NFL analysts, 9 of them are saying Nick Bosa is the number 1 pick next year. And he's one of a game-changing, franchise-changing draft pick. He gets hurt and decides, I'm not coming back to school, I'm dropping out to work on the draft. Which I
I'd do the same
100%
thing.
agree with. If you're not getting any compensation stuff, you have so much more to lose being in the school than not to be.
I agree. I mean, I don't know what the con. There's really no cons.
No,
against
there's
that.
not,
I mean,
like-
it's a good move for him because obviously he's going to get paid here in the near future, and I mean, if you know you're going to make millions, why are you staying?
I
school.
don't understand that. Like, I understand you have to stay there for certain years, like NCAA football. But at the same time, like, Ohio State's a $1 billion franchise.
That's why I'm saying
Their football team
the
brings
NCAA just has to make one decision. I don't even know if I assume they're a big part of the decision, but you need to pay these college basketball players and these football players that are in the Power 5 conferences.
pretty much. Like, it's...
The amount of revenue that those schools bring in because of the athletes is ridiculous.
Well, even like the smaller schools, like you're getting paid $100,000 to go get smacked by one of these Power 5 teams. Like, even with that, I know the money goes to the program, but like if you're a smaller school, $100,000 is huge.
But it's like
Like
you
talk
need
to our
give-
our little school, basketball school. Like we went and played San Diego State and we just got smacked on, but we got paid like money to do that.
Really?
Where'd it go?
I don't know.
We don't know, but like that's how it is with NCAA football and basketball and stuff. And like maybe all schools should be paid in some way, even it just from the bottom
That's
to the
what
top,
it's gonna
based off how much money you bring in the school.
That's what it's
You
going
have
to come
3
down
schools
to.
that bring in $1 billion a year: Ohio State, Texas, and Oklahoma. Those are their like revenue, like their annual thing is $1 billion for the football program. $1 billion, and no players are getting nothing. Yeah, you sign in for a scholarship, you're getting your school
I mean,
paid
you
for. But at the same time, what is $40,000 compared to $1 billion?
But you bring these kids in, and you don't. I mean, obviously, as a recruiter, you know their background, but not all these kids come from rich families.
No.
Not all these kids are privileged to where they went to a great high school, and now the transition is going to be easy into college for them.
Exactly.
You got kids coming from the inner city who are, gifted and talented, but they're going to bring your school money because they're so good. So why not give them a little bit of compensation to at least let them live a little bit or live off of?
Exactly.
I don't know. That's my opinion, and
because we know
it
these
should
athletes
only,
are
it
getting
should
money.
only be basketball and football.
You
don't have a
yeah.
baseball program or a.
I mean, baseball,
What?
yeah, in some way, but they're not bringing in as much money as these like schools. It's just not as an interesting sport
And
to
if
watch
you-
for
if-
a normal casual fan.
And if they say, only the Power 5 schools are going to do that, then that's going to bring even more uproar because all the smaller, mid-major level
schools feel like they
schools
should
are
have
going
the
to be like,
same
we
equal
should
treatment.
have. Yeah, so it's not going to be. Ah,
It just, I mean,
drop my
like the
hat.
issue with you is like we know if you're a top 10 recruit in high school for any sport, you are just not getting a full ride scholarship. You are getting some kind of cash consideration. You're getting some kind of
There's probably
cash
still
check.
stuff
You're
going on
getting
like that.
a car. You're getting all. There's no. I honestly do not believe one bit that they're not getting something. DeAndre Ayton got money. Bruce Bowen, the guy that was supposed to go to Louisville, had 5 different offers of over $8,000 in cash and like other consideration stuff with.
See, that's
there's
That's how you would stop that. If you just pay them.
Well, did you not hear what the story came out with Zion Williamson? So Zion, when he was meeting with Kansas, asked. There's like a proof. I don't know if it's for sure proof or not. It's just like a source thing I read that Zion asked Kansas, "How much are you going to give me?"
As in money.
Obviously, I mean, he's going to get a full ride scholarship to any school in the country. He's the most well-known high school prospect since LeBron James.
Just that's not enough.
It's
Full
just
ride
no,
is
it's not an. I don't know. And then the new rule comes out. That's something we should dive into. The NBA G League decided that in the year 2019, Sweeney, right?
Yes,
Yeah, it's
2019.
2019 is that elite high school prospects that don't want to go to college can go to the G League, which is like almost like a minor league affiliate in comparison for the NBA, and can get paid starting at $125,000 a year in contract. Like
Is that for sure? That's for sure.
that's
happening?
for sure. It passed yesterday.
So, but I mean, the NCAA like approved that. I mean,
NCAA has
There's
no
no
say.
choice.
They have no say
The
in
G
that?
League.
They
The G
can't-
League can do what they want.
Yeah, they're
Wow.
under personal. NCAA can't say a kid has to go to school. It just when the kid goes to school, they're under their.
so once like you sign your letter of intent, you can't be like, oh no, I'm gonna go.
No, you still can get out your letter of intent.
That's why like players like Emmanuel Mudiay, players
Yeah.
like him go
Yeah, he
and play
went to
overseas.
Terrence
they don't go
Ferguson
to
the other
school.
year-
They only
last
And
play
then
year.
one year
they
overseas.
eventually come to the NBA.
Exactly, and then they come to the NBA.
I
after
like
they
that whole
play there.
idea.
I like the G League, but the thing is too is like, isn't this kind of like what LeVar Ball's been trying to do with the JBA? Like hasn't had like the most. Like it hasn't worked out the best, but at the same time, I don't see how this is any different at all than what's going on in the G League.
I find that, I mean, because even if you go to a affiliate, you're playing for $125,000. That's obviously huge money to a kid coming out of high school. But it's still like on you because there's no guarantee that you're gonna be a star in the NBA.
But at the same time, if you're a top 10
But if
recruit
you're-
out of high school, you're guaranteed probably to be drafted in the first 2 rounds. Or I mean, only 2 rounds in the NBA. Like, you can literally go there and just not do anything.
But in a sense,
Like, an example is Isaiah Briscoe. He went to Kentucky. He's like the number 7 guy in the nation and just was not good at all. Had whatever. He's still drafted in second round just based off the fact that he was, at one point, one of these top guys.
But my thing is, couldn't that also lose you money if you don't wait and go to college for 1 year and then get drafted?
I go to the G League, sign for a year, $125,000. You can go into the NBA draft, right? I think that's the rule.
I think the way that it's going to work is your contract can get selected by an NBA team.
That's right, and they can just re-further discussion.
I don't think they get drafted. I think they go as undrafted. It's like free agents, pretty much.
So I guess it'd be like, if you want to get more money sooner, go to college for 1 year, come out and get drafted in the first round. Because that's all.
I don't think that's the case. 'Cause
But you're gonna get more.
You're going to earn more money doing it that way. If you go to college for 1 year and then come
You're a top
into the
10
draft,
pick, you're
in
getting
the first,
millions,
the
not
top
100.
10, you're going to get at least.
See, I gotta look more into it
$5
because a
million.
contract thing. So why can't you go to the G League for 1 year, get $125,000 for that salary that year, and then your contract's up and sign a new one with the NBA team? You're a free agent now. The
True,
free
but
agent,
that's,
the,
what
that's
happens
another
the
thing
free
of
agent
leverage.
contracts are way more than the.
For a younger player that is unproven from the G League, it's going to be a lot lower.
I agree.
I
Because
think
you
it's
have
still
to-
more because you don't get that much when you get drafted. Like your contract isn't
Well,
that as much.
If you're a first rounder, you're getting a lot of money.
I think I'd have to check to be sure. I think Marvin Bagley for the Kings, I think he gets about 7 or 8 million for his first season.
And that's not even talking about endorsements.
True.
Well, yeah, but you can get
Puma,
endorsements
sign
doing
with Puma.
anything.
But I'm talking like shoe deals,
Yeah.
these type of things. And realistically, he's getting more than what he signed for.
Probably got more to go to Duke. He didn't get 7-8 million to Duke. That's interesting. I just think that I think it's finally time to realize that high school athletes should just go straight from high school to the draft for basketball.
I think so.
And I
too.
think it's time to start looking into the fact that there should be some kind of compensation in NCAA football. That's
Because
just my opinion on
as
it.
a college, as a high school, if you're a really good high school basketball player, you have people are saying, oh, you can go to the NBA right out of high school, but I mean, now there's no more leverage. You can't say, oh, I'm gonna go to college and then be a higher pick or whatever like that. You're basing it off high school, playing against high school talent, which if you're one of the best players in the country, you're probably averaging 30 points a game, scoring on a bunch of white kids. Honestly, right?
Wow.
Then I mean, if you're Zion,
He
he's just
did not play against any talent. Was he in like Georgia or something
He's-
like that in the state? That's not the best.
I mean,
state
he's
for somebody.
dunking over everybody, and it's like, how do you? Obviously, he's good
How do you
enough to go to
compare it?
college, but how do you compare that going in straight to the NBA? I don't know.
Well, that's why
There's-
like Luka Doncic was just. I don't understand how he wasn't even considered. Like it was so for sure that DeAndre was going to be number 1 pick. The dude was an MVP in the second hardest league in all of basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Besides the NBA, he's in the toughest league, and had no issue being an MVP at such a young age. Like I just don't. That's interesting. Yeah, so let's go with the. Moving on from the NCAA perspective, let's go with the World
quick-
Series.
yeah.
Do a quick World Series thing. So Red Sox.
Red Sox win.
I didn't think they were going to win. You didn't think they were going to win.
I didn't
Sweeney,
think so.
you didn't have them winning either, right? And they just took us by storm in 5 games. So, congrats to them. My dad's good friends actually, the assistant hitting coach for the Red Sox. Andy
Really?
Barkett, yeah, is actually like friends with my dad. They talk on Twitter because my dad thinks it's cool to talk on Twitter.
Hey, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I mean, way of the road.
Red Sox have the best outfield in the majors. We can agree on that, right?
No.
Why not?
Because I think the Brewers' combination of Lorenzo Cain, Ryan Braun, and Christian Yelich is better than theirs.
Better than Betts, Benintendi, and
JBJ, yeah.
yeah, JBJ.
I think so.
I could argue either way. I mean,
guess,
yeah,
yeah.
probably I'd argue Milwaukee.
I think Brewers is
I think
better.
Red Sox.
Who's producing more in a postseason? Easily the Red Sox outfield. But at the
yeah.
same time, I'm still taking the Brewers
I think
outfield.
defensively they are just unreal.
I mean, still, though.
That's true.
Lorenzo,
potentially.
Lorenzo Cain and Christian Yelich were like top in MLB for WAR.
Yeah, I mean
And
they're
WAR
both
has-
good, but that was bad. That was a big burp.
Wow.
Sorry, I don't think you heard that. But yeah.
But
Good
I
for
don't
the
know.
Red
But good for
Sox.
them. And they're probably. I mean, at this point, it looks like they're going to be facing the Dodgers with them
probably
being
the
3-2
Dodgers.
when we record this episode. And
Yeah,
shout out to Kershaw. I'm a person that's always not hating on Kershaw. I just don't. I think his postseason ERA and stuff stands alone by himself, especially in must-win situations.
yeah. He's still good this year, I guess. I mean,
The first start was
He's had a few.
brutal. His first start was worse than his postseason career.
yeah, he came back too good against the Braves.
Yeah,
and he's been
but
throwing
no,
well.
but that last game was
Yeah.
unbelievable. That's vintage Kershaw in the regular season. Good for him. I give respect when respect's due, and that's what
Yeah.
we need to respect. And so,
So
let's see. It's probably
tune
gonna be
in.
Red Sox and Dodgers, two of the probably most hated teams in MLB. Besides
Right.
like the
It's
Yankees
going to
up
be a
there.
great series if that happens, but
It is gonna be an interesting series.
Milwaukee's still got a
It's
chance.
sad because I really hope the Red Sox are gonna win. I believe that they're a better team, but I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised either way.
If David Price keeps throwing like he did last night,
Out of nowhere, talk about somebody who doesn't produce
that
in
was
the
his
postseason.
first postseason win.
First postseason win.
First
Yeah.
time going 6 innings.
Six
first
innings.
time scoreless.
He
First
struck
time
out like nine.
9
Nine
his career high in
strikeouts.
the postseason. Like
He had a great changeup last night.
and it's so crazy. Like we talk about him like this, yet at some point he was like maybe like 3 or 4 years ago. He's arguably like the best pitcher in baseball.
Best left-handed pitcher, yeah.
Yeah, easily. Like he was sell before, not sell because of like the arm angle, but like he was the best lefty pitcher.
But like out of
considered
Vanderbilt,
with-
he comes up with the Rays. He's throwing in the postseason there as like a super reliever before that was even a thing. Just give him the ball to come in 98, and you're not hitting it.
yeah, he's just.
I think he's had a pretty good career. I mean, the postseason numbers are never going to be in his favor unless Boston goes.
I just
like the next
has he won a Cy Young? I don't know about that. If he's won a Cy Young, he might be considered for Hall of Fame if they win it this year. He has a ring now. He might have a Cy Young.
Could.
He was arguably top 5 pitcher in baseball for a stretch of years. That would be an interesting case for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you want to dive into the NFL? Do some picks?
Yeah, let's get through our picks of
Our
the week.
usual weekly
Our
picks.
usual
I
weekly
hope you guys
picks.
are
Let's go
enjoying
through
that.
last week's picks real quick. I got to bring it up on my phone with the stats on that and see how we fared in the last week. Because the week before we were straight even.
Right.
So let's go week 6. So we both had Eagles, right?
Yep.
All right.
I believe. Yeah, I think.
So both had Eagles. I think we both picked Atlanta
picked
over
Pitts-
Tampa Bay.
What?
Yes. Atlanta over Tampa Bay. We both picked.
yes.
Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. I think
had
you went with
Pittsburgh.
the Steelers. I think I went with the Bengals that
Yeah.
game. I'm pretty sure I went with the Bengals that game. Then we had Chargers and Cleveland. You went
went-
Chargers. I went Baker, and that absolutely just
Didn't
foiled
work.
under me. Buffalo and Houston.
I want to say I went with Houston.
I think we both went with Houston.
Okay.
That was. But you went with Buffalo, Sweeney?
Bad guy.
Wow. Wow. We have Miami and Chicago.
I think
we
I
both
said
went-
Chicago because Miami lost last week when I picked them, so I
Yeah,
changed.
and I picked Chicago as well because I thought they were way better than they showed. But I mean, they still lost. Minnesota and Arizona, we both went with Minnesota because
Arizona's not good.
terrible.
I
Then we
went
have
Jets.
Indianapolis and the Jets. I think I went with the Colts that game. Yeah, you did too as well, huh? So,
I
yeah.
stayed with Jets.
Wow, you were having a great week. Carolina, Washington. I went with Carolina.
I
You went
did
with-
too.
No, I went with Washington.
I went with Carolina.
Me and Sweeney went Washington.
I went
And you're
Carolina.
on that one, so catching up there. Jacksonville, Dallas, we were both way wrong. We thought Jacksonville was going to blow them out.
Yeah, what happened there?
All that talk about Dak Prescott being Dak Prescott, and he just goes out there and does what Dak Prescott usually does.
Yeah, but where was the defense for Jacksonville, man?
Wow, on that one. Baltimore, Tennessee. I think I
Was
went.
that
You went Tennessee that
Didn't
game.
we call that a field goal game?
Yeah, we said that there was. I think I said Baltimore 9-6 winning.
I don't even know who I said. I think I said Tennessee.
You did say
Yeah.
Tennessee. We're going that one, and then we went to Kansas City, New England, which we both took Kansas City. It was a
Kansas
shootout we talked about.
We did say it was going to be a good
We did say it's gonna be a great game.
Sweetie, what'd you say
Sweetie,
last
what
week?
did you
What did
repeat
you
what you
say?
said last week and then talk about it again?
Well, I said that I was going to be a conspiracy theorist and that the Patriots would beat the Chiefs because the Chiefs started 5-0 last year and they started 5-0 this year and then they lost. And
So-
they did.
Give it up for him.
Sweeney
Yeah.
can predict
Give it
the
up for him.
future,
Give it up
everybody.
for him. There's a reason why he's a statistician of the guys and we just talk.
But, I mean, didn't you see that thing where it said, like, quarterbacks under 25 are, like, 0 and, like,
Yeah,
what,
0-25 now.
against the
It's
Patriots?
insane. It's
Wow.
just insane. And we both had Green Bay in a game that nobody wanted to watch.
But, very
Turn out-
close game.
Well, that's what I want to talk a little bit about.
The Packers?
Everybody's so hyped about Aaron Rodgers made the comeback. Aaron Rodgers did that. You guys just... Does anybody else not realize that Aaron Rodgers had to play the game of his life and play a perfect game just for them to come back and win by 3 against a 49er team without Garoppolo?
I don't think they have a very good
I think the
offense,
Packers.
to be honest with
I
you.
think the Packers are the most overhyped team, and not rightfully so, but they are just so talked about because how good Rodgers is that people just don't realize how bad their defense really is.
I don't think
and
they're-
how bad their team overall is. They're not a playoff team in my opinion. I think
don't
Aaron
have-
Rodgers is an MVP kind of guy, but on a bad team.
They don't have a lot of playmakers around them, honestly.
No, Devontae Adams is all right. What do you think, Sweeney, about that?
I agree. I think Rodgers definitely might be at some point the greatest quarterback of all time.
Skill wise, I believe yes.
But yeah, I agree. Their defense is just
Notorious.
atrocious. I mean, it's
30 points to the 49ers team.
I'm not like. I mean, I see their offense is nothing special. I mean, who's their running back?
Aaron Jones, all right,
Yeah,
came back
I
from
mean-
suspension. Jamal Williams, Devontae Adams, not a bad receiver. Jimmy Graham's still reasonable tight
Jimmy
end.
Graham hasn't.
They're
panned out
they're not a
for-
playoff
since
team, in my
New
opinion.
Orleans. I mean, honestly,
I don't know. I mean, at the same time, who in that division is?
Bears win that division.
Vikings.
Minnesota or
Minnesota's
Chicago.
looking
I got
all right.
Chicago.
Chicago's looking good. I think still think Minnesota's going to win the division.
I
They're a
think
better
Chicago
overall
wins that
team.
division.
I think Detroit's lately they've been playing better. I mean,
They just have never had
I don't
anything
think their-
around
I don't
Stafford.
think their defense
I think
holds
Stafford I am a big Stafford fan. I think his arm is just amazing. I just don't think their defense.
Can
They're
withstand.
literally the Packers with a lesser quarterback.
yeah.
And so we
Sweeney,
went.
can you roll through this week's games?
Yeah, roll
I
through
can.
it, and just want to let you know that we went even again on our picks.
Good for us.
Good for us.
Yeah.
What
All
we
right.
got this week?
So, first game, Tennessee Titans at the LA Chargers in London.
I'm going to Chargers.
Chargers.
I hate to say it, but Chargers are looking
Chargers
good.
big again. Yeah.
Wow, what do you think about that? So you going Chargers as well? We're going
Yeah, I'm
unanimous?
picking the Chargers too. Titans
They're-
can't do anything on offense.
No.
New England at Chicago.
You got Khalil Mack rushing Brady, hurrying him a lot.
We're not sure if Mack will play. He's questionable.
He's questionable. All right.
I'm going New England based off the fact their offense is different than you've seen years. If you like watch that Kansas City game, this was like I was like watching like a little or listening to a podcast on this. The Patriots did something they've never done before, and that's really like kind of went conservative on the clock. So
Well,
I was
they ran
listening.
the ball a
They
lot.
ran the ball a lot. I think they went in the game and realized, oh my gosh, this is an offense that if we try to just do a shootout with, we're not going to win. We're not going to keep up with this. Because if you really think about it, and this was I was thinking about as well. Mahomes played the worst half in his career so far. Played absolutely terrible and ended up losing at Gillette Stadium by 3 to the Patriots with Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Think about it. He played his worst. If he plays 2 halves, if he plays even a little bit better, they beat the Patriots.
Yeah.
And their defense is suspect as well. But the Patriots realized, oh my gosh, we cannot just go and try to score 40, 50 points on you guys because they'll score 60.
Right.
And they ran the ball. And I think because of that, they opened up so much more options with it. I think they're more dangerous. I'm going with Patriots win this game, but I think Patriots are on a track to maybe show up in a Super Bowl again at the least.
I'm going Patriots.
I'm going to Patriots as well. It's just something intriguing that I was reading and thinking about. What do you think? Patriots as well all around?
I agree with you guys. I'm
Good
going
for
to go
us.
with New England. Buffalo Bills at Indianapolis Colts.
Bills.
Wow.
I just want to point out to you,
Rapid
Brock,
fire.
Josh Allen is injured.
Rapid fire, Bills.
I'm going to Colts in a game that I will not pay attention to. And I love Luck, but going Colts, Sweeney?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go with the reasonable choice.
All right. Houston Texans at the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Rapid fire, Texans.
Why are you going rapid fire? Not Texans. I'm going Texans as well. I really don't.
I'm going to go with Jacksonville. I think they're going to bounce back.
I think
after
their
last
defense
week.
will bounce back, but I think Blake Bortles might be the worst NFL starting quarterback.
Sorry, Blake.
I absolutely just don't think Blake Bortles is anywhere near to a competent NFL starter. But next game, we went two Texans right here. We had a Jacksonville pick.
Detroit Lions at Miami Dolphins.
Miami.
I'm going Miami and saying Brock Osweiler has one more magical game until they don't win again the rest of the year.
I'm actually going to pick Detroit.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
You were just talking about how you like Detroit. So,
Well, what time is that game? Is that at 1
It's a 10 a.m. Pacific, so 1
Still
Eastern.
one there.
so I'll sleep in and make sure I miss that.
All right. Minnesota Vikings at the New York Jets.
Don't you? You're gonna go.
I have to.
You don't
because
have to.
You know what? I love Sam Darnold. Jets.
You're biased towards
Absolutely.
like anything California. Just
Yep. Yep.
Minnesota by 2 touchdowns. That's my if I had to pick a team that I would put $1,000 on, it is the Vikings beating the Jets.
Wow.
I don't have near that.
I
amount of
don't
money.
either. I don't even think I have
I
triple
think
digits.
I think last night I had 44 cents, like total to my name. So I can't bet you at all.
Okay, I'm not gonna bet you $1,000, but if we're going to lock, my lock of the week is the Vikings over the Jets.
Okay, I got Jets.
Sweeney,
over
who you going in that
Vikings.
game?
Minnesota.
He's gonna be a close game.
It'll be closer than they think it'll be. I think it's going to be a 7-point game.
Okay.
Okay.
Carolina Panthers at Philadelphia Eagles.
Carolina.
I'm going to Eagles. Wentz is starting to look like Wentz again, and when Wentz looks like Wentz, it's a scary team. It's a good team.
Yeah, I'm picking the Eagles too. They're at home.
I got Carolina.
You just you do.
Yeah.
All right. Cleveland Browns at Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Does this wrap it up or is this a couple more?
There
I'm
are
going with Cleveland, not
five,
because I'm a
six,
huge
5
Baker
wins.
fan. I just think the Buccaneers are a bad team.
I actually think the Buccaneers can score a little bit.
They
I'm
can
gonna
score.
go. I'm gonna go Tampa Bay.
I'm also picking Tampa. I think the Browns defense is starting to look like what they actually are.
Yeah.
I mean, they had one bad game to a good Chargers team. Other than that,
Raiders put 45 points up on the Browns.
You just love the Browns, don't you?
I think they're still a reasonable good team. They're playing a Buccaneers. I don't think that's that crazy of a pick saying the Browns over the Buccaneers, in my opinion.
I don't think it's a crazy pick either.
It's not
but
crazy,
I'm
but I
just-
think.
And I even said it like as much as I love Baker, at the same time, I think the Browns are a better team than the Buccaneers. So that's why
I'm
I'm
gonna
picking
say. I'm gonna say Tampa Bay.
All right. New Orleans Saints at the Baltimore Ravens.
That's gonna be a good game. That's gonna be. I think that's gonna be a shootout. I think even though the Ravens' defense is pretty solid,
I think with Ingram back, kind of splitting carries with Kamara again, their offense is right where they need to be.
they have that power rush, and
And,
they have Kamara just throwing the little check downs.
What's the receiver's name? Thomas.
Michael
Thomas.
Thomas.
I think he-
underrated.
He might be right now. I think the top receiver in the game. Honestly,
I think
He's
based off-
up there. He
he's
might be
up there.
top 5.
I think he's top 3. If we're going like based off this year,
that guy catches everything.
I think DeAndre Hopkins is best
he's
receiver.
kind of I think he's a better version of Marcus Colston for the Saints.
Yeah,
They're both really good.
I can
mean,
see that
you
in
know-
comparison.
I think Drew Brees makes him a little bit
Yeah, but
better because of his accuracy from Drew Brees. At the same time, I think he's still a good receiver.
I go Saints there.
I'm going Saints as well on that. In a
Saints.
shootout, I think it's going to be like I think this game's going to be over 80 points total.
I do not think so. I think it's I think it's a 21-24, 24-28 type game.
I'm thinking 28-21 Saints.
Really?
Okay.
See on that.
Dallas Cowboys at the Washington Redskins.
Redskins.
Cowboys.
I think Redskins defense is amazing. They're
I like
really
the
top
Cowboys.
5 defense in football. Yeah, they played bad against the Saints, but their defense is good.
I'm going to pick the Cowboys to go on a run. After beating the Jaguars last week.
They do have some confidence.
Figuring out their offense
That's
a
a
little
pick
bit.
'em. I don't see that game. I think that's a close game by either way.
I think you're right. I think it's
I think
probably
it's a 3-point.
I think
it's
it's
a field goal
three,
game.
3 or 7 point game.
Yeah, I think it's within that range.
Yeah.
Then we got the LA Rams and San Francisco 49ers.
That,
That's going to be could be a 4-touchdown game. I mean, for Gurley, honestly,
I think
he's gonna score a few times.
that's I don't
Rams,
think
Rams big.
Rams big. Let's go, Gurley fantasy team, baby.
Yep.
Yeah,
Woo.
Rams.
Good for us.
All right. Sunday Night Football, Cincinnati Bengals at Kansas City Chiefs.
I like that game. That's gonna be a good game, but I think Kansas City wins.
Yeah.
I think Kansas City. I think Mahomes plays a complete game, and
I think that
starts to show
I think
that
that
they
game is
should've
going
won
to
it.
be closer than whatever everybody thinks. I think Cincinnati can play a little bit of defense, and I think it's a close one.
However, if I stick with my conspiracy theory,
Yeah, what's the
last
conspiracy?
year they lost a bunch of games in a row after they went 5-0.
I understand a conspiracy and it did work, but at the same time they had Alex Smith who's going to throw a check down every time. The
You're-
Chiefs,
you're right.
I think
I'd go Chiefs.
the Chiefs win by 2 touchdowns. Maybe not 2 touchdowns because their defense is still a suspect, but I think they win, and I don't think it's not a close game. I think they dominate the game.
I'll call it my upset of the week. I'll pick the Bengals.
Really,
Okay.
Yeah.
good call on that.
Monday Night Football, New York Giants at Atlanta Falcons.
The
Falcons.
Giants can't do anything offensively unless
Their
it
offensive line's
involves-
so bad. Eli Manning's old now. Odell Beckham just punches stuff. Their defense is as good as our schools, and we don't even have a football team. I'm going with Atlanta by 2 or 3 touchdowns. I think it's literally going to be a game where I turn off in the first half and see what NBA game's on because I don't think that's going to be close.
Literally, all the Giants can do is give the ball to Barkley, and that's their offense. They can't
Exactly.
do anything else.
Yeah.
Imagine your running back having 200 yards and you lose by 24.
Dude, they're gonna. Giants are a bad.
Falcons
team.
by a lot.
Falcons. yes.
Giants are hoping to draft Boza
Yep.
I guess.
or Ed Oliver. They're
Oliver.
getting or
They need
anybody
help.
else. Maybe Justin Herbert.
The quarterback-
Herbert.
They
yeah.
could
They
take
need-
anyone and they'd be better.
Get Herbert early in the draft. Make him
He's
your
good,
quarterback.
yeah.
Eli.
Oregon quarterback
Eli,
looks
it's
good.
time. It's time to go. But you've had a great career.
Yeah, you got your 2 rings. You beat Brady twice.
Yeah.
Slap him
it's
on the
just-
butt while he's walking out. You're going back and joining your brother.
See you in the shower,
and Archie.
yeah.
See him in the shower.
See you in the showers. Like slap him in the butt. See you in the showers.
I don't-
Good game.
I don't want to see Eli Manning in the shower.
Okay. Well,
They remember that. Well, yeah. Thanks for
that'll do it.
thanks for
for
joining us
here.
this week,
We'll see you next time.
Brock, Buck. See you next time.